to like a great movie and all you want to do is tell your friends like, oh, that movie was amazing. Or you find a new restaurant and you go to Yelp or to Google and you put a review because you want your neighbors to know this is a great restaurant. Well, a couple of months ago, I heard a song and I thought, I can't wait to play this song with this church. So we're going to put a link in the newsletter so you can download this song from Spencer LaJoy and put it on your phone and sing it anytime you need.
Depressed and unseen. Amen for the workers, the hungry, the houseless. Amen for the lonely and recently spouseless. Amen for the queers and their closeted peers. Amen for the bullied who hold in their tears. Amen for the mothers of little black sons. Amen for the kids who grow up scared of guns. Amen for the addicts, ashamed and hungover. Amen for the calloused, the wise and the sober. Amen for the ones who want life to be over. Amen for the leaders who lose their composure. Amen for the parents who just lost their baby. Amen. plowshare of sorts.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Jalynn. Thank you to Spencer LaJoy for writing such a beautiful song. I see some wet eyes, so some of you followed the lyrics. Everyone can connect with something in that song. There's a line in there that just gets you. I know some of the lines that get some of you. I do. I know the lines that get me. There's a few verses that hit me, and they remind me, I don't know, sometimes it's a warm glow, sometimes it's a little bit of a bitter sting, and it tells me, I wish I could live with a little more gentleness for myself and for others. There's a line in there that tells me, I wish I just keep trying to grow into the person that I know I'm capable of being. I keep trying to cultivate this heart to be stronger. Why can't I today, and why can't I tomorrow? There's some lines in there where the swords and aggression. How could I take some of that and put them away? How could I take those? There's just these reactions that happen in my life, and they pop up, and it's not really like my fault. It's from when I was a kid, and I dealt with some bad stuff, and that still comes up faster than I can react. How can I slow down and let that soften? Live with more peace. How can we plow the furrows of our soul for more grace and for more love? Is anyone with me? Amen? Does anyone want something better or fuller or more sincere in your life? Amen? Do you want your neighbors to live with more safety and dignity? Yeah. If you can echo any of the desires there, anything that you heard in that song, out loud, in your own spirit, we call that a prayer. Some of you grew up in churches where prayer meant something very specific, but if you can just kind of echo the feeling, that's a prayer. If you've ever just felt like, I wish this world could be kinder. I wish we could be kinder to each other as people. That's a prayer. If you could just kind of be less anxious. I wish I could just be less stressed every day because I get so caught up and I can't control the things I can't control. That's a prayer, that feeling. Now, you might think of it as just an idea or frustration or exasperation or joy or calm or relief or excitement, whatever those things are. But if you've ever been just pulled, something inside you just pulls you, I want to soak this in. Something about this moment is important. I want to attend to it. That's a prayer. Now, if that's a prayer, whatever it is that leads you to that, the thing, the feeling, whatever this takes our spirit and says, now go pray, whether you call that inspiration or human nature, whatever you call it, curiosity, whatever pushes us toward the need to connect or wells up a hurt that needs to be soothed, it's fair to call that God. That's what God is. The thing that leads us to say, I want a little bit better in this life. So whatever is at the root of this whole existence, this world, whatever it is that animates love, the thing that allows your loving muscle to love others, that's God. Not a bearded old man in the sky, not a rule giver, not a heaven gator. Whatever it is that draws us closer to fascination and purpose and mercy, God. So Moses, that's the kind of God that Moses meets. Moses is a grown man doing a boy's job. Where did his life go wrong? How did it all fall apart? He never knew his father. He's never been settled. He's taken from one home to the next, back there, over here, left from there. How did his life go this way? He's made some mistakes, of course. He's tried to atone deeply. Will he ever find balance? Will he ever find order? Will he ever find what he's searching for? Do those prayers sound familiar at all? So once he starts to learn, the minute he starts to learn a little bit about his wholeness, that this is where he's going to be, he's settled, these are his family. Once he learns that he can be whole, he can have meaning, Right as he has the space and the solitude to think and feel, right then God shows up as a flaming answer to his deepest inner conflicts. And just like that, his next prayer is the most common prayer in humankind, human history. You know this prayer. You've prayed it a bunch of times. Dear God, no. That's Moses' prayer. When he's settled, that's part of his journey to wholeness. Dear God, no. Before Moses can get to the amen, to that place of inspiration and human nature and curiosity, before Moses can meet God, really, and God keeps working and patiently pursuing, God says, Moses, I want for you less pain and more peace. Because the world needs less pain and more peace. And your people, they need less pain and more peace. And Moses, yeah, I could live with that. In fact, I know it's true. I know it's true for me. But it's a lot of work. It's a long way to more peace and less pain. Even while he's thinking up more excuses, there's something deep in his heart that dreams for better. At the center of all things, it takes a name, Yahweh, Yod-He-Va-He. This breathing in and out of the desire for more. So in this moment of awe and introspection and transformation, when Moses just catches his breath with excitement that gives life, and he lets out, maybe for the first time, he breathes out that anxiety and that anger that's been stuck in him for so long, he begins to realize that life has this rhythm, Yod-He-Va-He, the very name of God, the very breath that gives us grounding and hope and a chance at new life. Now, what is God? That's a great mystery, wonderful mystery. How God works? I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out. Why God is loving and not abusive that one will keep you going for a long time. Why is it that God is for empathy and hates selfish pride? I don't know. I don't know why that is. Why is God always on the side of the oppressed and never on the side of the oppressor? Why does God make such clear, taking the sides of the orphan, the migrant, the widow, the vulnerable? Why does God do that and always looks down on the bullies and the greedy and the lying? I can only guess why the ground of being itself is shaped like mercy and empathy and compassion and love. But whatever other details that you've learned about God from your experience, from your other preachers, whatever it is, whatever other things might feel obscure or controversial, whatever other topics have poisoned religion for you, this feels certain to my faith, that something holds all of this together. Something holds all of us together. Something that's good and holy, gives this life substance and meaning. Something sanctifies our lives and points us to care for each other. And whatever that is, it is. It just is. And I give thanks for that. And I invite you on this journey to know that thing that we sometimes call God. And I invite you on the path to bring that God closer to your attention, closer to your heart, and to follow its light. Just as Moses eventually answered that invitation, maybe you too can take one step today toward the beyond within that is in all of us. Amen.